Avast, me bleeders, and welcome to the set of the week. And let's set sail for Black Flags, Black Waters. Arr. Alright, let's just get into it. So this is a very interesting set, Black Flags, Black Waters. It's all about these cards that I'm going to be dealing with, discarding cards. So essentially, the cards that walk off the plank. So let's start with our first card. Scrubbers, the deckhand, has play. Add one card from the top of the store to the aftermarket for each player, starting with you and going clockwise. Each player adds a card from the aftermarket to their hand. Now, what's funny about this effect is it's very similar to another effect that a game I used to play a lot in Bang, and it was the general store. And with that, so it's kind of funny. Well, then in the general store, you have to play out cards for each number of players, and the first person will go pick one of those cards, and everyone drafts one of those cards. So this is kind of rhymes, and that's kind of funny in that way. Now there are, for me, just two main ways to play this card. First of all is to play it early in the game where the aftermarket is not totally built up yet, and then you can just go ahead, play it, get those cards down there, and everyone will pick cards. Or you can play it a little later. You have some more other cards in your deck in which you can play cards to the aftermarket, or people are clashing and you want a good card that's already in there so you can keep it for yourself for later tournaments or later for in collections or anything like that. So there are just mainly two ways for that card. All right, our next card is Kate MacMug. Play effect: gain 25 RP and discard a card from your hand. Each other player may discard a card that matches its type to gain 15 RP. It's not a very bad card if you can just get that 25 RP. And yes, you have to discard another card, but you probably don't really need that card anyway, since you are allowed to carry at least 8 out of the 6 you're going to play. But for the most part, if no one discards a card, very good card. If everyone does it, then it's like a 10 difference between them, so it's not that good. Maybe you should play a little later on in the tournament, as you can find other cards to have people discard cards in their hands. Kind of hard to find one of those. I think there are about this one's going to be coming up right now that discards other people's cards. So there you go. I think if you can do that, 25 RP for a very cheap card in the expansion set is really good to go. Jimmy the Shark is our next card. Has the play effect: each other player must discard a card and lose 10 RP. Not so bad. For most people, if they're going to keep their cards, they're going to probably keep their cards and take the 10 RP for that. So as I mentioned from the last card, this is one of the cards you probably would play with that card, and hopefully they don't get to discard the cards for that. I think it's a good card for the matter that you can just play it and it'll just give the players a kind of either a hard or easy choice in there. Cannoneer Barrel is the next card. This is probably one of my favorite cards in this particular set. Has the ongoing effect: each time a player discards a card, you gain 2 RP for each card discarded, and flip, gain 15 RP. So this card could be like a target for a lot of people, and it's a good target for you if you can have it flip, or it's done its use for you when you discard your cards. But if players are playing effects that have a lot of discarding effects, particularly a set like the Legend of Tanarada, this is a really good card for that. I don't know what's with this card, but if you can get like 10 or even 15 out of discards out of this, that's about either 20 or 30 points. I say go for it, and this is a card that you will look for if you're going for this kind of set. And our super rare for Black Flags and Black Waters is Dread Captain Beard. Has a score effect: gain 18 RP, and when you discard this card from your hand, gain 14 RP. Unfortunately, there's only one of this in the whole deck. I wish there were more of them like this card, but as a card that's just going to be in your tableau, it's very, very weak, especially something that's hard to find in a set like this. But for a discarding card, something you're just going to keep off your hand, I think it's a very cool card to have in there, especially in this deck. I think it works very well. And finally, we have the deck of the set. This Sailors of Fortune has the other effect. You can add 2 additional cards into your deck, which is nice. Very nice for this set, actually. And then we have the ongoing effect. When you discard a card from your hand, place it on this card, maximum 4 cards, and then has a score effect. Gain RP equal to the stars of each card on this one. So, for the most part, I'm not liking this card myself. It's kind of hard to score. You gotta really look into these particular cards in this set in order to make it worthwhile, or even other cards from other sets. I think there's only a few of them that deal with discarding cards from your hand. So for the most part, this is gonna be, for me, something that's going to be hard to score on. But it's there. But well, talking about the star powers and stuff, you're gonna really have to put some rares in there to make it really worthwhile. I mean, if you have like, let's say 8-star rankings in there, that's gonna be 32 points. I mean, it's hard to even get until something like that. But I would say maybe go for a different deck, different deck box, just to score even better. I think this is just a hard one to score with. To talk about synergy in the set, I think you're going to really have to have Cannoneer Barrel in here. I mean, he just shines in this set, as it will have every other card really supporting, or having kept Cannoneer Barrel to support any of these other cards. Yeah, probably the only one I would say is Scrubbers, the deckhand, that can really be used to put more cards in other people's hands, so they're maybe even willing more to discard from there. As for versatility in this set, I don't think there are any discards anywhere I can find, I think, in the core set. If they are, do remind me. I probably overlooked them from my memory, or what I can find in all the images in my game. I couldn't find any that really works with this set. So if you do have something to say about this set that works with any of the cards in the core set, do let me know in the comments below. And for compatibility, other sets that works with this set, I think that Cake Mac Mug could work with the cards from Penny Dreadful from the set rotation expansion. And those cards, two of those cards are kind of funny, as then they have the effect if they're in your hand, they're actually all typed. So if you call it type, that means they have to get discarded anyway. And I know I said this before, but the Legend of is going to be a great set for this one, especially for Cannoneer Barrel. And since all the cards do relate with discarding discard, it really goes hand in hand with these two sets. So you see these two sets in there, there could be a really good combo for you on your deck. So that does it with this set. So I do like to hear from you and see what you like about this set. Have you done this card play style? And what are the combos you found with Black Flags and Black Waters? So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Until next time, see you later, Bladers.